So, hey, let's make sure we're recording. We're recording, okay. A new day. Make sure everything's working. So my first thought was, hey, it's Gorilla Grodd. No, it's Malheur. Or, God, I don't know how to do pronunciations. You know me. Monkey dude for the brain. I have a note in my notes that says, Connor, there's other people here other than McGon who, had trouble other than Megan, right? It's just, yeah. just point it out, Connor. But I get it. Really, I do. It actually makes sense. We have a team full of teenagers, but some of those teens have never really developed yet. Like, Magan is still trying to figure out what she's doing since she's a literal alien from another culture, and Connor's like a month old, or 3 months old, or however old he is at this point. So you can kind of see why it's like, yeah, kind of having some issues there. But it's, I don't know. I'm actually just I like how this is presented, even though it's still a little bit of drama, because obviously Wally and Robin are both upset because keeping secrets and keeping them out of the loop was the whole reason they started their own team. Thus, Aqualad doing this kind of makes them go. It also makes sense that Megan would be so pissed at this situation since Connor is acting like, well, let me say this very specifically. She thinks he is acting possessively because she doesn't actually know how to deal with this properly, because she is a more developed person than she is and doesn't quite seem to recognize that he is not a fully fledged individual yet, that he is still developing into what will eventually become a fully fledged sentient sapient being. Remember, like a month old, that's important, and she seems to be forgetting that part. I mean, I know he's hot, but you have to consider what's up here, too. And then, of course, he has no idea what the hell he's doing at all. He has no idea how to express himself or how to present himself or even how to cope with or even understand his own feelings or thoughts in the matter. So he's just thinking, must protect. And he's doing it completely wrong, basically. So everyone's bouncing off of each other. Plus to story. Anyways, it's all continuity. It's all good continuity, and I like it. It's all very logical. I do also like how they all just kind of divvy up into little cliques within the team. You notice that? Artemis and Megan, who are, in addition to both being female, have actually gotten along pretty well ever since they first were introduced. Wally and Robin, who actually knew each other before they became a part of this team, and so have been friends since before this, and Connor completely by himself, because he doesn't have a clique. So, I want to give a quick note here. First of all, we have Rob Lowe playing Marvel, Captain Marvel here, which is a nice little tidbit. But what I really like is that Marvel's speech patterns are overall very much that of a kid. Now, that makes perfect sense, right? Billy Batson, right? But it's amusing to me because you get the strong impression that nobody in the team actually knows his secret, that they don't actually understand what's going on here. In fact, the episode portrays the final, the denouement as almost a twist of, oh yeah, by the way, he's actually been a kid this whole time, which kind of helps make it all make sense for anybody who doesn't know who Captain Marvel is. And it's just a nice little nod for those of us who do. So I just wanted to say that was actually a pretty decent thing here. It is funny to me, though, since Marvel is supposed to be a pretty high-tier person in general. In some continuities, he's actually been able to go toe-to-toe with Soups a few times, so... That being stated, I do have to admit that the brain was really weird here. Like, I actually have no notes about the brain at all, really. It was... because he's not really the point, is he? Now, there is some continuity going. He's using the collars, which are similar to the ones that they used in Belle Reve, or whatever the hell it was called. He's obviously using the Cobra Venom serum in order to try and work on the animals and blah, blah, blah. So you can see how he's still part of the overall puzzle, but he was very much not the emphasis of this episode. It was the thread of the week in the background, since the main plot was all about Kaldur and figuring out what he was doing, and the team, and them figuring out how they're dealing with the consequences of what Kaldur did. Speaking of which, I like the fact there's two nice little character points. One, Batman silenced the arguments with a word. That is Batman to me in a nutshell. Not the guy who's super prepared for everything, although he is that. Not the guy who's 10 steps ahead of everyone else, although he is that. No, the man, the simple, ordinary human being who, through the ineffable quality of experience and necessity, takes charge because he has to. There's a reason Bats is often elected to be the leader of the Justice League in multiple continuities, and it's because of that quality of his personality and who and what he is. Just, I like that. I just wanted to comment on that briefly. The other thing I like is that they actually had a way of dealing with the brain's trap. Holy crap. No, we've been trapped by this thing. Okay, grab, deal with. We're cool, we're cool. And at the end, of course, Robin is one of the ones who recognizes the logic behind Kaldur's actions. Kaldur, of course, is not super happy about what he did, but he felt it was the only thing he could do. In short, there might have been a mole. He had to take that threat seriously, and he didn't want to tip off his hand. It wasn't actually about trust, because if we're being honest, Kaldur probably didn't suspect for a second that it was Wally or Robin, for example. Yeah. So it's okay. We've got this new white wolf. Maybe we'll name him Crypto. I like how they comment on that's already taken, though. Nice little touch. So Wolf joins the party. Yay. I did like how Marvel naturally connected with the tiger, by the way. It was a nice touch, really. I'm pretty pleased with that. Anyways, that's all I got for this episode. I'll see you next time.